Make a life for myself. 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 Make a life for myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon, aka Rags to Riches, the CEO, the CFO, the C of all the O's, and for some reason, as always, you guys are here right now because you have absolutely nothing else better to do. As a quick reminder,
Rags to Riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe.
let us check chat. CX my pulse. What's up, Rags? What's up, dude? Mobius. How's life? The only Juanito. Howdy, Rags. Guys, I am working on my enunciation. Okay? I want to be a better broadcaster. So we're going to work on that today. It will probably slowly devolve back into hillbilly within the next 5 minutes, but bear with me, guys. This is evolution, not revolution. The only Juanito, Hexy Quinn in the house, Marcus99, Anthony Munoz, Que Tabazo Amigo, Tio, Texas Life, Mudhog, Rags, Lima Foxtrot, Golf, MT Coiner, Hexgoon, what's up, Rags and all? MT Coiner, the more I realize I'm not going to see the movie, the more depressed I get. Why are you not going to see the movie? That's my question. Chad, D to the power 13. Dude, what's up, man? I am once again here to remind the Hex community to eat steak, lift heavy, take cold showers, and BTFD. All this toxic masculinity. And Chad, I absolutely love it. DJ and Dougie Peach. Yo, you big red machine. What's up, dude? Anthony Munoz says, if anyone's going to the San Diego showing on August 4th, let me know. Two gender crypto. Chad, I do all except cold showers. Just no crypto. Heartbeat in the house. Hexgoon, Max Statico, Crypto Pez, Chaztown, Ray Marcotte, DJ Cryptomatic. All right. Here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. I put the Hex shirt on Guys, you know, I don't do this often, and it's because I don't want to try to steal clout, but I put the hex shirt on for this one because we've been waiting a long time for the highest of stakes documentary. And I think there's some massive implications here. There's some massive implications about the future of this community with regards to this documentary. And we'll kind of discuss that as we go on. Stuff comes to me when I'm streaming, so we'll talk about it. Here's what I want to point out to you. We're going to get right into this. Maddie Allin, he released, I guess somebody released this, 13 different clips, 14 different clips from the highest of stakes documentary. A lot of you have probably only seen one of the clips. So what I'm going to do, I was actually watching a reaction video last night with Harry Mack. Do you guys know the freestyle rapper? Watching a bunch of reaction videos, and I said, man, reaction videos are really cool because you kind of see yourself through the person that's watching this, and you want to see how that person reacts to something that you've already seen. So I think that this is going to be cool. I'm just going to do a pure reaction video to all these clips, okay? I have not studied these. I don't know what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to pause, just giving you I'll give you my pure reaction. It's going to be a pure, it's just going to be a pure stream of consciousness here. And I'm going to be very, very truthful and honest. First thing that pops in my head, which could get me in trouble, but it's all good. It's all good. MK Ultra, what? The 60s more like Project Monarch, bro? Because the nearest theater is very expensive plane ride away. Oh, that is a problem. Okay. Where's the list of showings? I think you can go to Regal Cinemas. Just search the highest of stakes. It'll find your zip code and find the nearest one near you. All right. The eyes look something out of Dune. The spice must flow. Yeah. So I think a lot of that has to do, I think it's amplified because I got contacts. So I've got contacts in, so maybe the camera's picking up something. They're blue, but these are very, very much so. They're very much more blue today. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn this off, and then we're going to share this screen here, and we're going to get into it. All right? We're going to see what this is all about. Let me maximize this for you. And again, it's going to be pure. It's going to be a pure reaction. DePaul University. Interesting. Here we go.
Good morning, class. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about money. Money is changing. To be honest, no one's quite sure anymore what money really is.
Everyone spends all their time working for money, but money on its own isn't useful. You can't eat it, you can't build a house out of it. Its only utility really is exchanging it for the things that truly have value, which are goods and services.
All right, I like the feel of it already. I like the music that's going to this. I don't know who that guy was in the beginning. Maybe a professor of some sort. And gosh, man, I like this feel from Richard as well. Like this.
Everything else is just accounting.
So if you go back to the beginning of civilization, there was no money. People who wanted to buy and sell things had to use barter. Money doesn't really have intrinsic value.
I wouldn't say that. There was definitely money. There's money going back thousands, like 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 years ago, from what we can say. We did seashells and, all the pieces of metal, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to push back on that a little bit, but it's all good. This guy looks like he could be probably the third child in Tony Robbins' family, whoever this guy is.
Gold isn't particularly strong. It's not very...
I mean, look at that jawline. Hold on. He says, what did he say? Gold's not strong. What are we talking about?
Doesn't really have intrinsic value. Gold isn't particularly strong. It's not very good at conducting electricity, but it's scarce and it's beautiful.
So gold is probably one of the most utilized metals in electronics, I would say. One of the things that's really good about gold is the fact that it's extremely durable. I was reading on the internet somewhere where a bridge for a tooth that was used back in the Egyptian times could be excavated, and the metal would be in such good shape that it could actually be repurposed for somebody's mouth today. So gold is very malleable. Gold is valuable because, yes, it is hard to get to. Because in order to get to gold, you have to have a lot of things. You got to have the protection of a country. Okay, because it is valuable. You got to have an army of people to go get it, or machinery to go get it. It's used in dentistry. It's used in electronics, aerospace, all sorts of things. So yeah, guys, sorry, stream of consciousness. Like I said, we're just going to keep going here.
And so we've given it value as a society. Money is not what a lot of people think it is. A lot of people, when they think about money, they think of, oh, this thing that has value. Pieces of paper, like a $20 bill, that doesn't have any value.
And this is nuanced conversation here, but I agree. You know, and most people have no clue. This conversation is lost on most people.
We used to be on the gold standard, so a US dollar was redeemable for an ounce of gold. That changed long ago. Its only value is by decree. Someone said it has value.
Our made-up imaginary internet money is better than the government's made-up imaginary internet money. Both of them are only backed by the shared fiction of the humans believing that they have value.
So in 2008, I think the history of money changed.
So okay, so so the first guy that we're seeing here, the DePaul University guy, and then we're kind of juxtaposing that with Richard Hart, but there's also a synergy in terms of agreement about what money is between the two. So I guess they're opening this up, and maybe that guy is one of the maybe he's one of the villains of all of this, or something to that effect. So we'll see. This everything's agreeing right now, but trailers don't always agree. So let's see what's up.
Forever. That was when the Bitcoin white paper was published on the internet. It is the peer-to-peer electronic cash. It is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
Money without governments and without banks. We've talked about this plenty of times. This is the argument that Bitcoiners use, the people that are all in, okay? And they say that governments and banks governments and banks own and run Bitcoin, as they do most of all cryptocurrency. I hate to break it to you, but that's just the truth, and we've allowed that. And it's because human greed dictates these sorts of things. Okay, people have the ability to go and mine Bitcoin. They set up massive operations to go do that. And subsequently, you have publicly traded companies. I saw an article today. Who was it? It's a major company. I'm sorry, I forgot the name, but I think they have $7 trillion assets under management total. And I think they just bought up 10%, 10% of the shares in, was it Riot? Which is a Bitcoin mining entity, publicly traded company. So, and also, where does that inflation go? It goes to these companies. They get the free money from the government, from the Federal Reserve. It tracks all the way back. So, you know, I wouldn't say at this point that Bitcoin is untouched by banking or government. In fact, I think it's completely the opposite, in my opinion.
It seems crazy to think that our economy is moving online, but our money would not be. This is the paradigm shift of our generation.
Richard.
Okay, so there's 14 clips, so I guess those are the ends. So this is going to be the second, and I don't know who this person is.
Hart, fraudster or not?
Who is the guy on the left? I recognize faces here. We got Mr. DuPaul here, which is the third child in the family of Tony Robbins with the square jaw. But I don't know this guy. Who's this guy again?
Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
This account
Yes.
is $10 million.
Yes.
$10 million.
Hold on, let's go back.
Look for some fraud this morning.
This account.
That's Staker app. Somebody's Staker app here. It says $3.49 million stake, 5.37, 537,000 available. Or maybe T-shares, 7,930 T shares. Duration 12.6 years. 6.65 million accrued. APY 11.51%. Stakers 84,000. So that was a while back. Yeah, that was a good while back. Now, who's doxing their stuff here?
Account.
Yes.
$10 million.
Yes.
10 million crypto dollars?
The value is in USD.
Oh, that's Kareem, yeah? Let me read. Let's listen to this again.
Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
This account.
Yes.
$10 million.
Yes.
10 million crypto dollars?
The value is in USD.
Just doesn't sound believable.
How many times you guys heard that, man? How many times you heard that from people? There's two interesting things here. I'm extremely surprised that I'm surprised that Kareem allowed somebody to see his crypto holdings. And it might not be his. It could be just an example. I don't know. So that surprised me. Okay, no filter here. And then how many times have you heard this? Like you say, yeah, I've got, let's just say I've got $500 in crypto. And here it is. And you show somebody your crypto and they're like, well, how do you get that out? That's not real money unless you can make it into dollars. How many guys? I've heard that so many times. And then you literally tell them how to do it. And they're still like, yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And I'm like, good gosh, man. Good gosh. All right, let's keep going. So she's talking about that right now.
I'm nosy, so I'm intrigued by other people.
Dr. Kelly Richmond Pope, accounting professor and certified fraud investigator. Interesting.
People's business. I mean,
okay, so this tweet was from Richard Hart. Upgraded one of my watches, 650,000 total in these, something amazing, something with a case. I think that she is on, if I remember this correctly, I did a stream a while back. I think she's on the WantFi website. You guys familiar? You guys remember that hit piece that everybody on planet Earth uses? And they have no understanding of what's actually being said. It's just baseless accusation after baseless accusation. I think she is on that website. Now, quick shout out, ma'am. You better check your device because that website is compromised. Just to let everybody know.
Rolexes and Ferraris and, okay. But what are you about? What are you about without those assets?
What are you about without those assets? That doesn't make sense to me. What do you mean? Are you trying to figure out who this person is? We don't have context. These are just clips, but thinking out loud.
I got the world's biggest diamond. I always forget that. That's funny. I don't know the world's biggest diamond. You don't. I do. Cool, huh?
When we went outside to do the photo.
Yeah, that kills me, man. That kills me, dude. This is already pretty cool. This is already pretty cool. What do y'all think?
I don't know the world's biggest diamond. You don't. I do. Cool, huh?
When we went outside to do the photo, they were really like, Richard. And I'm like, oh, that's cool,
How's it going out there, everybody? Welcome, everybody. So who here is a Hexican? Any Hexicans here?
How high do you think Hex will ever come?
I look at the chart and I see that it just goes up and to the right, but it's not curving down. It's going up and to the right and then curving up as well. We are in the highest appreciating asset class in the world, and we are in the best version of all these assets.
How many of you guys remember when somebody asked him that question and he said, based on previous performance of other similar assets, you could see $1 million Hex? I think it was probably just before that time. And I think that's when he was, touring around Europe. I forgot where he was. He was like Switzerland. I don't know where he was. How many remember that? Now it's interesting. And okay, so I did a tweet today and I said, let me just tell you what I said here. Let me switch off this real quick. I'm going to tell you what this tweet said. Because I watched the first clip. Let's see here. All right, so this is what I said. And I'll share this real quick and then we'll get back. I said, I'm not sure if you completely comprehend what could happen when and if this gets broadcast. And by broadcast, I mean like if it's put on Netflix, if it's put on Amazon streaming services, if it goes mainstream in the movie theaters. Obviously, this is a test, right? This is basically a social proof. So the highest stakes folks can use the metrics gathered from this hopeful potential sellout. If they sell this thing out, they can take that information and they can go to the companies and say, guys, okay, here's the proof of concept. Here's how well it did. We had X amount of tickets and 98% were sold. So if, you don't have to eat the whole pie to understand what a small piece tastes like. So we can take this and we can push it out to the masses. That's kind of, from a business perspective, I'm sure that's why it's so important that this do well. But I said, I'm not sure if you completely comprehend what could happen when and if this gets broadcast. Imagine two extremes. All right, folks, imagine two extremes. All the best possible benefits and all the worst possible outcomes existing simultaneously, multiplied by 10. Be prepared, be excited for what you wish for. Okay? Guys, if you think FUD was bad, even if you're an OG, okay? You're an OG, and this is what you hear a lot from folks that were around way back in the day. They're like, "Oh, this FUD is nothing." Guys, you're going to get all the best possible outcomes, all the positivity, and you're going to get all the negativity at the same time. Yin and yang, dude. This is what's going to happen. All right. What's the positive part? People are going to get into this. Okay. Community is extremely important and the spotlight is extremely important. Those two things are the most important thing. You don't even have to have a good contract. You don't have to, none of that other stuff matters, but this is what matters. So if we get that microphone, if we get that loudspeaker and we get the world's attention, be prepared for that. And also be prepared for this, folks. There are going to be very, very powerful people in the government that see this as well. And you're going to be on people's radar. All right. They're going to look at you closer because now you're in the mainstream vein. Now, I'm going to say this. I saw this tweet by Richard earlier today, and I think it had something to do with this. This is what I think. Hold on. Let me zoom out here. Okay. Richard says, the movie is coming to theaters next month, and the me that you see in it died, replaced by the humble me. Stay humble. He's qualifying. He's qualifying the movie before people see it. And I think that that's on purpose. I could be wrong. These types of thoughts are typically my private thoughts that I'm just letting you guys think right now. There's a major reason for this. Now, I'm not really, should I speculate as to what I think that reason is? I think maybe you guys can come up with some good reasons here in chat. I don't know. All right, we'll figure. He's qualifying. Oh, sorry. All right. All right, let's keep going here, folks.
So I believe that it can do numbers that feel weird saying them.
No, but I think you've been lucky.
Let me tell you how many times I've been lucky. My first business was a car stereo store out of my front yard. Hired my friends.
Okay. All right. He says, I think you've been lucky. All right, so what is she feeling right now? I think she might be drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, Johnny Appleseed here. Here's the problem. This guy knows that a lot of people are going to see this, so he has to be the He's got to be the villain. He's got to be the antagonist. And guys, this is probably, I mean, you know, if they're releasing these, this is not the meat and potatoes of what we're going to see. And I'm sure there's a lot of other plots and characters going on here. So, but he's got to save face, man. He's got to save, especially as a Bitcoiner. I wonder how much they paid this guy. Did they pay this guy? I don't know. So far, guys, I'm intrigued. What do you guys think? I was going to be honest about whether or not I wanted to see this, but I'm definitely intrigued, and I'm definitely excited about seeing this.
It's fine. My next business was search engine optimization, get people first on Google. I've been a serial entrepreneur killing it for decades. About 150 employees, done 60 million a year turnover. You name it, I've done it. And I just keep winning over and over and over.
So interesting in my mind. I'm always curious how people act face to face. I've not seen the guy really interact with folks except for his older stuff, and he was a more agreeable. Otherwise, I mean, we saw Eric Wall in his conversation with Eric Wall, but he's sitting across from these folks, or at least it seems that way. And it's nice to see that he's the same person. All right, you can put on a show when you're not in front of people, so we'll see.
I think you've been lucky.
Let me tell you how many times I've been lucky. My first business was a car stereo store out of my front yard. Hired my friends. It was fine. My next business was search engine optimization, get people first on Google. I've been a serial entrepreneur killing it for decades. About 150 employees, done 60 million a year turnover. You name it, I've done it. And I just keep winning over and over again. I'm a serial winner.
I'm a serial winner.
I was like yelling at the top of my,
I know this guy. What's up, Big K?
Standing in my chair. Fuck this guy. Yeah, this guy's fucking, what? Who does this guy think he is? I was upset. You know, so I straight up blocked him. My first hearing of Bitcoin, I was on a forum. They said, hey, if you turn on your graphics card while you're not playing games, you make about $3-4 a day. Just out of nowhere, I've got, in 10 days, I got $30 in my wallet or whatever of these coins. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is crazy. I was immediately hooked. So next thing I know, I've got 3 graphics cards and 2 different computers running in my room. There's something here. I wrote up a business plan. I was driven, so I didn't stop there. I found 2 friends of mine, and I was like, let's build a business together. Like, let's work out a deal. And he, very blasé in his way.
I can totally relate to this. He's talking about Bitcoin mining. And by the way, nice to see your eyes, Big K. Nice to see those eyes. You got the glasses on that. Nice to see your eyes, man. I can relate to the Bitcoin thing, dude. I got that bug. The Bitcoin mining. I said, "What, dude? Why would I go buy it when I can just make it? I can just spend a bunch of money on these ASICs." I know how he feels. Here. And you crunch the numbers and you figure out how much terahash per machine. You multiply that by the kilowatt hours of your area. And I think mine was like around 7 cents at the time. And yeah, you're just crunching numbers, man. You're making a business plan. But little did I know, I was way too late. I was way too late when I got in back in the day.
This is crazy. I was immediately hooked. So next thing I know, I've got 3 graphics cards and 2 different computers running in my room. There's something here. I wrote up a business plan. I was driven, so I didn't stop there. I found 2 friends of mine, and I was like, let's build a business together. Like, let's work out a deal. And he, very blasé in his way, was like, is $500,000 enough? And I was like, indeed it is, sir. Indeed it is.
Go ahead.
My question is very short.
So are you, sir. So are you.
If I have 10,000 hex,
Okay.
how long time take me to be rich?
The problem is you mix a cult and money, finance and investing, and I think things get even worse because you're basically convincing people to put their trust in you.
All right. Let me listen to this again.
Hex.
Okay.
How long time take me to be rich?
The problem is you mix a cult and money, finance and investing, and I think things get even worse because you're basically convincing people to put their trust in you. They start doing whatever you say, and you say, buy, 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 hold, 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 and pretty soon you've got a whole community working together. But as soon as someone steps back and says, wait a second, what are we all doing here? What is this thing that we're investing in? Then people are going to start peeling off, and suddenly the cult starts to get a little shaky.
Okay. All right. Can you guys name me one cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, one cryptocurrency that hasn't played by this up until this point, that hasn't played by the same rules that he's espousing? So this guy wants to shill Bitcoin. Okay. He wants to talk about Bitcoin, how awesome it is, how the banks are involved, how the governments are involved. And then he talks about a cult. I wonder if I were to go to his Twitter or anywhere, he would have laser eyes. I bet you he'd have laser eyes somewhere. Bet you he would. Okay. So they talk about cults, and it's like the pot calling the kettle black, right? That's what that is. It's disingenuous not to apply the same standards. So this is Bitcoin maximalism. That's what this is. Right? They just think that their shit does not stink. That's what they think all the time. And then they apply all the things that they apply it to everybody else in a negative way. Now, I'm making a lot of assumptions here because I have no clue who this guy is. And you know, the movie's giving me this information, and I'm just making judgment calls based off the information that they want me to see. So let's go.
The cult leader is going to yell louder and louder, try and amp them up more and more. But all it takes is a few people waking up where other people are going to start following them, and suddenly the cult breaks down.
I agree, man. The traditional financial system, you and me are on the same page there, partner. Old Johnny. Bro, if you had a Spanish accent, you'd probably be in a cartel somewhere, dude. You look like a cartel leader. All right.
It says scam.
Is Hex a scam?
Richard explained it a lot of times on stream why it isn't a scam or a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid or something like that.
So you're saying Richard told me that the thing he made isn't a scam, therefore it's not a scam?
Is Hex a scam?
Scam.
That's a ridiculous idea.
It's one of those things, one of those words that's difficult to shake off.
No, this is definitely not a scam.
So, interesting thing here. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this off real quick. All right. I assure you that none of these people understand how Hex works. Okay, I think that I did more reaction videos to scammers during the bear market than anybody else in the community. I would be very surprised to find out that somebody did more than I did. And the number one thing that you have to ask any one of these people, they're fudding Hex, they're destroying Hex, they're just talking crap about Hex. You just ask them very simply, okay, how does it work? And they can't tell you. 99.9% of the people there can't tell you. And it really is modeled from the distribution model of Bitcoin. The only real thing, if we're just being completely honest here, and gone over this before, the only real thing you have to be okay with was exactly with the same situation with Bitcoin, where Satoshi initially had a massive amount of the supply. Every year, the Hex OA, it does have a massive amount of supply, but it gets diluted every single year because the inflation continues to go up, 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 up. Eventually, the OA won't have as much control. All right, now if Satoshi came by and just market dumped 1 million Bitcoin, yeah, that would cause a lot of problems. I think it'd get bought up. And the same thing with Hex. If, you know, in 5 or 10 years or 15 years, the OA decides to market dump, it'll cause problems. All right. Just like, you know, you have the housing market. How much liquidity is there out there to be able to handle a massive sell-off of all properties in the United States? There's certainly not enough to handle a massive sell-off of all the properties in the United States. That's how markets work with anything. So they just don't understand markets. They don't even agree on what their idea of a scam is. What's a scam? Who's getting scammed? How can you look at the facts and say that this is a scam? It's because it's not. It's just not. These people most people, 90% of people are just puppets. They don't have any worry about trying to find out what the truth is and really digging in and making an opinion for themselves. So.
This is the closest thing that you could call a Ponzi scheme.
So go show me the person that's been scammed.
And they don't know what Ponzi schemes are either. It's awesome.
Promises are met. Why it's scam?
All promises are met. Why is it scam? Why is it scam? Black Hexkin says, show me the victims.
Article entitled Richard Hart's Hex Token is a brilliant scam.
There's got to be something deep down on why you're saying this.
Sorry, Richard, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I don't like the way he acts. He richer and has more bigger dick than me. Not fair.
He's just not a scam artist.
These are the people that call Bitcoin a scam when Bitcoin was 10 cents. So you're only going to miss out.
You've conned people into taking a worthless currency that you create for nothing.
Ooh, there we go. All right, we're getting a little spicy here, folks. Let me check chat here real quick. Wonder what the total cost of the movie is to make. I don't know. Probably 500 to $1 million. Sandy B, the dude. People don't understand that it's here, just like with Bitcoin. Correct. Turtles only. The problem is the Hexkins are a very coveted group. Mobius, just activity on his wallet would cause a dip in BTC. Yes, it would. If one of those dormant wallets just woke up, right? And then all that trash, all that garbage they talk about Hex could be very easily applied to them literally 1 minute from now if Satoshi wakes up. All right. Let's see if there's any detractors here in chat. There's always some detractors. Always. Hey everyone, instead of buying tickets, let's all buy Hex at the same time. Sound good? No, it's a horrible idea. Because if everybody knows that you're going to buy Hex at the same time, there's going to be tons of people that use you for exit liquidity. That is how markets work. Good take. Let the cult following grow. Just don't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm just here for price up, though. And that's a lot of people, man. That's why some people are here for price up. That's fine. Jamie Cameron says his humble self back. This film is just a long version of that long dragged out stuff we all heard again and again and again. Cars, diamonds, watches, blah. See ya. Well, that's, Jamie Cameron represents a large portion of people that are disenfranchised. So, Jamie, I understand where you're coming from there. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand where you're coming from. And you are not alone. Buffo on the beat. Oh my goodness, they left the guy that sold his house. They left in the guy that sold his house. Okay, we'll check that. All right. Seeing if there's anything else in here. Hex Tractor. Cool. Do you still do ice pops? Bro, no, I can't. It's sugar-free ice pops. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go.
I want my kids to be able to do whatever they want in life. And so many people get caught up in the rat race. I want to do whatever I can to preemptively steer them away from that.
If he calls, you can talk to him about life, his wife, his kids, whatever. I don't care. But we're not doing this. We are not getting into this. I'm pretty sure I laughed, because I'd heard my kids even talk about Bitcoin.
Do you know how your air conditioner works? It gives you cold air. We don't necessarily know how something works. I don't know how it all works either, but I know that it will work.
Ooh, all right. Let's talk about this honestly. All right, let's talk about that comment honestly. So on one side, the detractors of this movie are going to take this guy and they're going to play and they're going to say, look how stupid and look how dumb and look how idiotic these people are. That's going to be one side of the equation. But the other side of the equation here is that he is telling the absolute 100% truth. None of y'all, most of y'all have no freaking clue how a 401k works. Most of y'all have no freaking clue how a CD works. You just follow instructions. Oh, I got to block it up and keep it in for X amount of time or I get penalized. Okay, I'm just going to do it. And then at the end, there's money. That happens. Okay, that's just what's going to happen. So you're going to have those two camps there. All right, so they're going to say, this guy, he's putting money into something he just doesn't understand. None of y'all dumbasses understand it. Don't act like you do because you friggin' don't. Okay? But again, it's just you can twist all of this information any way you want to create the outcome and create the narrative that you want to. All right, let's keep going here.
People are buying computer money with their real money and thinking that they're going to get rich someday. What a joke.
I put it all in. I went...
Like, all what?
All of our house money, most of it. I did like 100,000.
Interesting editing. No facial expressions. Are they lying? Are they not lying? Well, guess what? You can find out more if you buy this ticket. Love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Dixon Sider says, I understand Hex because I watched all your videos on it, Rags. Yeah, guys, I had to dig in myself. I didn't believe it, but I kept my mouth shut until I understood. Kept my mouth shut until I had a reason to say, no, screw this, or yes, it's awesome. Balliot Brand, can you send us the link you're watching this from, Brand? Yeah, just go to Maddie dropped it, so go to his YouTube channel. Brent Eastlick, refrigerant gets pumped through the coils, then a fan blows through it to give you cold air. You're welcome. All right, smart ass. RH is finally giving a voice to the big PP community. Finally, we have a voice that matters. Thank you, Richard. 100K at 44 cents. I mean, he'll be in profit. This looks like a clown show, not good. There you go. Looks like a clown show. We got some detractors here in chat. If you're a detractor, tell me. Tell me why. Now, be prepared for me to respond to you and don't get all butthurt when I do. Here we go.
You've been studying the activities on...
Is that, what's that place? Excalibur? Oh, gosh. Dude, that's in Vegas. I stayed at that place. And let me tell you something, man. It's like you walk into the lobby and you're smelling cigarette smoke from Elvis Presley's lungs. I mean, that's how bad it smells. And it's like a time warp. It's like you walk straight into 1961. Was Elvis Presley? Yeah, he was alive in 61, right?
The Hex on the blockchain, right? Why wouldn't you invest in it?
Wait. Hold on. What did she say? So she's not actually a villain.
You've been studying the activities of the Hex on the blockchain, right?
Oh, and okay, so she went to the conference. So I probably saw her there because she has the lanyard, that pink and yellow lanyard. All right.
Why wouldn't you invest in it?
All right, so I've told you from the day one, the main thing I don't like about it is it does nothing.
Well,
Hex does nothing. That's the main thing he doesn't like about it. But he was espousing Bitcoin. Somebody tell me what Bitcoin does. Can somebody tell me what Bitcoin does? And maybe he's not a Bitcoin guy. Maybe this is just all for the movie. But again, these same arguments that they use against us, if he's one of those people, he may not be, but those people do. They do this. This is the technique they use. The same arguments. They go through complete amnesia. They think that they aren't. None of this is applicable to them. okay? Holier than thou. Sophists.
Oh, I had to take that back. Yes, it does do something. It makes people money.
I don't think that Hex is a Ponzi scheme, but Ponzi schemes also make people money until they don't.
I don't think that Hex is a Ponzi scheme, but Ponzi schemes okay. I'm not tracking. What's his argument here? Okay, Hex isn't a Ponzi scheme. It makes you money. So what's your argument? Why don't you agree with it? Why don't you support it?
I just don't see the value. Like, I am a finance professional. What I look for is value. What is the value?
Doesn't money bring you value? You mean to tell me that if I asked you, Lamont, can I borrow $150? And you said, sure, Kelly, I'll give you $150. And I bought Hex with it. And then told you in 2 years, you know that $150 loan? I turned it into $40,000 and I'm giving it to you. Would you say to me, Kelly, I'm principled. I'm a finance professional. I'm not going to take the money. Is that what you would say to me?
It's about a 260x, folks.
I'm not sure I would turn that down.
Okay.
Okay, a little back and forth, chopping it up here.
So this is something called the Hex audit. It just goes into what's happening with the OA.
Okay, so I remember this. I remember this spreadsheet. If I'm not mistaken, this spreadsheet was created by Gunther, i.e. Wolverine. And Clay Collins, he was the CEO of what was the price reporting site that we loved, and he just shut it down. He did a deep dive into, okay, I actually am thankful for Clay Collins for this reason. Yeah, nomics. So I was thankful for Clay Collins because he illustrated a point very, very well for all of us, that market cap means absolutely nothing, okay, with regards to price. Clay Collins did a deep dive using this spreadsheet from Gunther, and he asked a bunch of questions to the Hex community. He then decides to decrease the circulating supply from like 500 some billion down to 70 billion, I think it was. The market cap decreased significantly. But you know what didn't decrease after that market cap decreased significantly? Price. Price continued to go up. But wait, Rags, a higher market cap, if a market cap shrinks, that means that price is going to shrink too. No. But that's the logic that they try to throw at you because they don't understand. They don't understand the simple math, okay? So market cap is price times circulating supply. So, but it didn't matter to the community. The community kept buying. That's the only thing that matters. It's people, what they're willing to pay for something that they believe in, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's the US dollar, whether it's a euro, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether it's oil, it doesn't matter. So I am thankful for Clay Collins. Now, here's what's interesting. Clay Collins randomly decides to shut down Nomics. Wonder why. And we actually offered to buy it from him. So we'll see. Let's see what he says here.
Really interesting is when you dig into the OA, I think it exposed a lot of things that should be known about Hex, but I don't think most Hexicans wanted people to know about Hex.
Richard is
I don't think that most Hexicans want, and this is what I don't like too. There is nobody in our community that I have seen that hides any data or tries to paint a different picture than what reality is. And that's what I don't like about these people. You can disagree with what the facts are, which is there is an OA, it's got a ton of supply, and you want to be upset about that, then make the decision whether or not to get in. Okay, and you could go find 20 other OAs out there in the top 20, top 50 market caps that have the same situation. But if you don't like Hex, fine. But when you start talking about the character of the people in this community, that's really what frustrates me, because that's not an accurate picture. I would say 95% of the folks, more than that. And I'm going to go even further. I'd say like 99% of the vocal people Okay, so not just the regular folk. I'm talking about the vocal people, the people who drive the narrative. These people are very, very straightforward. These people are all about being transparent and then telling people what the deal is. That's been my experience. Okay, so that's one of the things that I look for. The only instance that I ever had personally of somebody that wasn't being completely honest, and it only took me, it took me just getting a second opinion to clear this up, was there was somebody going around trying to tell people that you would automatically lose all your money if you early in staked, which is not, it's not true. So, including principal. All right, let's go here.
Is an interesting guy. The first time I saw him, he was wearing a top hat.
Say a little something about money.
You know, I kind of think of Richard Hart as like the Donald Trump of crypto. You can't look away.
Imagine how many people out there have the top hat story. That was my story. Clay Collins' story. How many thousands and thousands and thousands of people? Marketing genius. That's good. That's awesome. It is stuck in people's heads. If you mention Richard Hart's name in 50 years from now, somebody's going to say, oh yeah, that guy was wearing a top hat the first time I saw him. It worked. It worked, folks. He stuck out. You can't deny that.
One word.
One word. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Ex-cowboy. What's up, dude?
In one word.
In one word.
Who is Richard Hart?
Just one word.
God.
I think that was that Mark Wilde. I think that was Mark Wilde. What would your one word be for Richard? What would be your one word for Richard? I would say that my one word for Richard, and you know, I don't drink the Kool-Aid. I give props. Richard is a man. So I would say one word, man. Right? Now I can follow that up with a lot of really cool adjectives. But he is a man. All right. Yeah, I mean, I got tons of great things to say about him. I got tons of things to say about him that I don't like too. Right? But he's a man. I don't have to like everything about everybody. I'm my friends. I think I would be pretty good friends with this guy if we met in different circumstances. He's just a dude, man. Yeah, he's a man. He's a dude. He is smart. Yeah, he's a very, very smart dude. Saint, hung, visionary, Red Bull. Is there anybody out there? All right, I got a really cool idea. Is there anybody out there with that's really good with Photoshop? You got to hit me up. Best twerker in the business. All right, here we go. Let's keep going here. I can't believe we stretched 53 minutes out of this.
Just one word.
God.
Yeah, that's Mark Wilde. Mark Wilde created some really cool books. If you go online, if it hadn't been pulled from Amazon, you can search Mark Wilde on Amazon, and he's got some pulse chain books and a hex book. 2 books I think he created. So shout out to Mark.
Messiah.
Legendary.
Oh, wait. That's important. The Richard Hart exhibited curated collection of fan art. So that's kind of cool. All the art that people have created for him. That's pretty neat. Like it. Is this what's going in the museum? Maybe.
Messiah.
Legendary.
Hero.
Shout out Sequoia.
Messiah.
Legendary.
Hero.
Master.
The benevolent king.
I don't want to say God because everyone's going to say God.
Winner.
Genius.
Savior.
Whether you like him or you don't, he is.
Is that King Daniel?
Winner.
Genius.
Savior.
No, it's not King. I don't know. I can't throw the glasses.
Whether you like him or you don't, he is genuine.
$250,000. Hate me.
Oh, shoot. Executive produced by Ken Bringle, a.k.a. Kinetics, Patrick Moreau, and Quattro Cinco. Cool, cool, cool.
I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. $250,000.
Money is not what a lot of people think it is. A lot of people, when they think about money, they think of, oh, this thing that has value. Pieces of paper, like a $20 bill, that doesn't have any value.
To be honest, no one's quite sure anymore what money really is.
Le Mont Blanc.
So
the crypto professor.
Hex, they like to say it's the first certificate of deposit built on a blockchain.
Yeah.
That seems like a big deal, right?
That's right.
So that
you go to their website, you read that, and you're like, again, that sounds compelling.
I mean, investors I talk to, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about Hex. Like, we're not going to touch that. Yeah. And sometimes it's not the due diligence, it's not the research, it's just the optics and perception.
The optics and perception. Absolutely, 100%. So here's the thing. I'm going to say this about the optics and perception. There's an undercurrent. There's an idea out there from people that the way that Richard acted when he was outrage marketing really turned off a lot of people, which is right. And the guy says it. He says the people I talk to, it's not even about the due diligence. They don't care how it works. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to tell people. Okay? At least they don't want to tell people they're getting involved with it. But here's what I'm going to tell you, folks. If Richard Hart is turned over a humble stone, it's funny to say that. If he's turned over a humble stone, guys, this next bull run, when green candles arrive, and we get further and further away from all those people that got traumatized by Richard Hart in the bear market, Richard Hart's his reputation is going to change because people are going to forget. It's going to be wiped out by green candles and friggin' dollar bills, man. That's what Hex is going to do. I got no doubt. I've never had a doubt. That's why I've attached so much of myself and so much of my content to it, because it's awesome. Just is. I don't know what else to say. And I'll tell you the truth, guys. I don't talk much about Hex on my live streams. I don't tweet it a lot anymore because I just want to be respectful. But dude, I'll tell you this, it's really, really fun. It's fun to see this. It's fun to talk about it when you hold this thing and you know all these people, and I want to be very, very respectful and not clout chase Hex because I've got my own thing. But dude, it's so cool, man. This is really exciting for me to be able to do this content, this video.
Hex? In one sentence, what is Hex?
The best crypto asset in the world.
Cryptocurrency, put it away for a period of time and it basically multiplies.
So instead of offering the 2% you get when you put your money into a savings account, with Hex you can get APY of up to 40%.
The longer you stake, you lock in your coins, the more interest you earn.
Which pays the most incredible.
Hold on. Was that
coins?
Was that the goblin?
Instead of offering the 2% you get when you put your money into a savings account, with Hex you can get APY of up to 40%.
Is this Rackham's, folks? Hexagon license plate? Is that his Lambo? But we don't see Rackham in here. Maybe he's later on. I don't know.
40%.
The longer you stake, you lock in your coins, the more interest you earn.
Which pays the most incredible rate of interest I've ever come across. Around about 40% AP.
Here's something that's interesting too, guys. The whole 40% APY, that's based off you max length stake. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. So again, this is one of the thoughts and ideas that gets twisted and turned around. The WantFi article, what a garbage. I can't believe that article made at Fox Business. And guys, don't go to the website, I'm telling you. I've had that website checked out and it's no good. But yeah, like that part right here, the 38%. And I've done the math on stream doing these reaction videos to these Hex haters, just going into the math of how this works. And it's very logical, it's very factual, and it's reproducible. And it's just there, it's coded, but they don't care. They just want to parrot the thing that they heard the last guy say, and who knows how far you follow that chain back. Who knows who's at the beginning of that chain? That probably, again, has no freaking clue what they're talking about. Fun stuff.
Why? You can just stake your hex and enjoy the gains.
Hex is freedom. There's no other word for it.
This is the best potential in the entire world. If you get this right, you never have to work again a day in your life. If you get it wrong, you lose everything.
Okay, next card.
A lot of us are panicking. A lot of the guys that I worked out there hard with.
Dude, I have seen this guy before. Where have I seen this dude before, man? Gosh, I can't put my finger on it. Son of a bitch. All right, let's keep going here.
Are sitting in a place and they're uneasy and they don't know what they're gonna do, and their 401ks look like 104ks. Okay, let's see what we got here.
The truest
like
hex
Christmas, huh? Yay! Trichome hat. That's where we're at. What's gonna fix that? People should be learning about what cryptocurrencies can do for money. Because if you fix the money, you fix the world. So today I look at crypto as being the modern day equivalent to the pirating, because we're about to start taking it back from the banks. Ahoy, crypto pirates! I am the Captain RG3. Look at this. Woo!
Oh, well, RG3. That's pretty cool. If that gets shilled to the world, RG3, are you interested in any advertising opportunities on your YouTube channel? Because I'd imagine you're going to have a lot of people talking to you about that. Yeah, I saw, yeah, Maddie, 401ks look like 104ks. I've never heard that. Somebody says that's RG3. He's a streamer. Oh, RG3. Yeah, son of a gun. Yeah. Dang. I can't wait to meet that guy one day, man. Cool dude.
First day of class. I don't know what crypto is. What do you tell me?
It's money that you can literally create. Now, what some people...
Hold on. She's from the South. You ready?
What do you tell me?
What do you tell me?
It's money that you can literally create. Now, what some people don't understand is that the Fed also has this power.
The plot thickens. So we're starting to get a better understanding of Mr. Lamont.
The Fed literally prints dollars. Sure. So central banks have this power, but in the world of crypto, anyone has this power.
So, okay, money with...
Hold on. Wait.
Now, what some people don't understand is that the Fed also has this power. The Fed literally prints dollars.
Sure.
So central banks have this power, but in the world of crypto, anyone has this power.
Well, I guess that's technically true, because you could spin up a smart contract. Okay, you could do that. All right.
So, okay, money with no physical presence.
Yeah.
Money with no physical presence. Money with no physical presence. All digital. CBDC's coming. That's interesting.
Second red flag.
All cryptocurrency is it's an Excel spreadsheet on the internet where you need your password to spend your money.
What if I told you Bitcoin is code? Do you trust people or do you trust code?
I don't know.
Okay. There it is. Okay. Do you trust people or do you trust code? And he's going to say, with Bitcoin, all you have to do is trust code. What the code says, it does. Is that entirely true? Well, this is one thing that they never talk about. What's a Bitcoin improvement plan? What's a BIP? Okay. He who holds the hash power holds the power. Okay. He who holds the hash power controls Bitcoin, but they don't ever talk about that. They don't ever talk about that. Okay. So he's going to try to make the point that Bitcoin is censorship either proof or censorship resistant. But we've, if you're hanging out around here in these parts, we know that that's categorically false. Here we go.
I'm going to say it's compelling. That's what you keep saying.
Yes. People, the right people who are honest and true and do a good job, I'm going to put my money with them, but people are fallible. People can be corrupted. People can make bad decisions.
Big shout out again. I'll tell you guys this link is on Maddie Allen's YouTube. So check it out there. And then we're going to check some comments and I'm going to get out of here. It's an hour and 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes past the max that I've ever wanted. Okay. He's Carlos Reborn from BitConnect. I'll buy some RG3 Flake cereal. He's going to be on cereal boxes, bro. He's quite tall in person. All money is currently a centralized ledger. Correct, Charles Stone. Guess the movie starts. The bull run. Banks and people that handle the ledgers for you. Hey, Rags, what's up? Hex Farmer. What's up, dude? My bank account and debit credit card are the same money without presence. I almost never touch cash anymore. People wrote the code plot twist. Boom. Charles Stone. So code can be fallible. And code quite often is fallible. And those centralized ledgers hold your money. Kinetics was addressing BTC hash power earlier today. Said China holds 83% of it. Yeah. And you hear me, guys. I beat that dead horse all the time. I said, 0.1% of entities own more than 50% of the hash power. You saying that's not centralized? And people say, oh, well, Bitcoin can't be changed. It's never been changed. That's not true. What's the most Bitcoin that's ever existed? Okay, it's something like 6 billion Bitcoin were minted in the first hack. 6 billion. Armando Corral. Are you going to go see the movie, Rags? Yeah, I'm going to see the movie. I'm going to see the movie in DC. So I'm going to go check that out. Got my tickets today. Rags, you're awesome. Just gave you a like. Don't know why you did it. It's a shame. What makes the price of crypto go up? Why don't we plan a crypto day and we all do whatever it takes to drive up the prices? Because they're psychopaths and sociopaths. When you pump the price of a crypto, when there is no demand, there are people that will clean you out. So you got to wait for retail to come back in. And that's just the unfortunate truth of where we are right now in this nascent industry. Armando says Seattle, outstanding. So yeah, if you advertise this huge crypto pump, there are people that would show up and just destroy price. Destroy it. Everybody would. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, quick reminder here.
Rags to riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe.
Guys, support the highest of stakes. Support your boys. Support your girls. Hexkins. Talk about it. Share it. Let's see if we can do something cool. Let's see if we can take it to the next level. Here's your opportunity. Okay. For those of you who have stuck around, for those of you who haven't bailed out, for those of you who are doubting that this would ever even occur, well, here it is. You have no excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from our world, my name is Rags Riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe. I don't care about any of you. Goodbye.
you.